Chapter 1. The Early Years. In the rolling hills of Indiana, under the vast, open sky, young Harland Sanders embarked on a journey that would one day make him a legend. Born into a modest family, Harland's early years were filled with love, laughter, and the simple joys of rural life. But his world turned upside down when his father passed away, leaving the family in a sea of uncertainty. At just 6 years old, Harland found himself stepping into shoes much too large for his small feet. With his father gone, he became the man of the house. His mother, a strong and resilient woman, took on work sewing for neighbours, leaving Harland to care for his younger siblings. It was during these times, in the humble kitchen of their small home, that Harland's lifelong affair with cooking began. Each day, as the sun rose, Harland would stand on a chair by the stove, a wooden spoon in hand, mimicking his mother's movements as she prepared breakfast. He learned to cook out of necessity, but it was love and a desire to feed his family that drove him. His dishes were simple, yet filled with warmth and care. Eggs scrambled to soft perfection, biscuits baked golden and fluffy, and chicken fried to a crispy tenderness that made their modest meals feel like feasts. As Harland grew, so did his responsibilities and his culinary skills. He took pride in his ability to provide for his family, turning the kitchen into his realm of creativity and comfort. The kitchen was more than just a place to cook. It was a sanctuary where problems seemed to melt away with the scent of cooking food, a place where laughter and chatter were the main ingredients of every dish. Harland's bond with his mother strengthened with each passing day. She taught him not just the art of cooking, but the values of hard work, perseverance, and kindness. These lessons became the foundation upon which Harland built his life, guiding him through the myriad challenges he would face. Despite their hardships, Harland's mother always emphasized the importance of doing things the right way, not the easy way. Quality, she would say, is the recipe for success. These words echoed in Harland's mind, becoming his mantra in the years to come. The young Harland dreamed of a future beyond the fields of Indiana. He dreamed of adventure, of making a name for himself, and of creating something that would bring joy to others. Little did he know. His adventures in the kitchen were just the beginning of a journey that would take him places he never imagined. But life in rural Indiana was not easy. The family struggled to make ends meet, and Harland realized that if he wanted to achieve his dreams, he would need to venture out into the world. With a heavy heart, he bid farewell to his childhood home, stepping into the unknown with nothing but his determination and the lessons his mother had taught him. As he embarked on this new chapter, Harland faced challenges and setbacks, but he never lost sight of his dreams. He worked various jobs, each teaching him valuable lessons about life and about himself. With every obstacle, Harland's resolve only strengthened, fueled by the memories of his early years in the kitchen with his mother. Those formative years in Indiana were more than just a chapter in Harland Sanders' life. They were the prologue to an extraordinary saga. They instilled in him a love for cooking that would eventually lead to the creation of a culinary empire. But more importantly, they taught him the values of hard work, perseverance, and the importance of quality, lessons that would define not just his career, but his legacy. As the sun set on Harland's childhood, a new dawn awaited, a dawn that would see him transform from a simple boy from Indiana into Colonel Sanders, the founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken. His journey was just beginning, and the world was waiting to taste the fruits of his labor, seasoned with the lessons learned from a loving mother and the early years filled with both hardship and joy. In those early years, Harland Sanders didn't just learn to cook, he learned to dream. And it was those dreams, seasoned with determination and sprinkled with a dash of resilience, that would one day change the culinary world forever. Chapter 2. The First Job. In the heart of the American Midwest, amidst the endless expanse of fields and farms, young Harland Sanders embarked on the next chapter of his life. Leaving the comfort of his family's kitchen and the warmth of his mother's guidance, he stepped into a world far removed from the one he had known. At the tender age of 12, Harland set out to become a farmhand, a decision that would test his mettle and shape his character in ways he could never have imagined. The farm was a vast canvas of green, stretching as far as the eye could see. The air was filled with the earthy scent of soil and the distant sounds of livestock. For many, this was a place of hard labor and simple living, but for Harland, it represented a new beginning, a chance to prove himself and support his family. From the crack of dawn until the sun dipped below the horizon, Harland worked tirelessly. His tasks were many and varied, from tending to the animals and repairing fences to harvesting crops and everything in between. The work was physically demanding, requiring strength and stamina he had yet to fully develop. His hands, once used to stirring pots and kneading dough, now bore the calluses of manual labor, a testament to his determination and hard work. Despite the challenges, Harland approached each day with an unyielding spirit. He quickly learned the rhythms of farm life, the importance of each task, and how the success of the farm depended on the collective effort of all who worked it. His keen observation skills and willingness to learn endeared him to the other farmhands, and even the stern farm owner took notice of the young boy who worked as hard as any grown man. Harland's days were long, and the work was exhausting, but he found solace in the simple beauty of the land. The golden hues of sunrise and sunset, the gentle rustle of the wind through the fields, and the satisfaction of a hard day's work gave him a sense of purpose and belonging. He realized that, much like cooking, farming was an art that nourished both body and soul. Yet, it was not just the physical skills that Harland honed on the farm. He learned lessons of life that would stay with him forever. He learned the value of teamwork and the importance of each individual's contribution. He understood the meaning of responsibility, not just in completing his tasks, but in being part of something larger than himself. And perhaps most importantly, he discovered the strength of his own character, his resilience in the face of adversity, and his capacity for hard work and dedication. As the seasons changed, so too did Harland. He grew stronger, not just in body but in spirit. His experiences on the farm shaped him, moulding him into a young man of integrity and grit. Yet, as much as he had come to love the farm and the life it offered, Harland knew that his journey was not meant to end here. He carried within him a restless spirit, a desire to explore new horizons and pursue the dreams that simmered in his heart. The farm had been a crucial stepping stone, a place where he had grown and learned. But Harland's ambitions reached beyond its fields. He yearned to make a mark on the world, to create something that would bring joy and satisfaction to others, much like his cooking had done for his family. With a heart full of gratitude for the lessons learned and the memories made, Harland made the difficult decision to leave the farm behind. His departure was bittersweet, marked by farewells to those who had become his friends and mentors. As he walked away from the farm, Harland carried with him not just the skills and knowledge he had acquired, but a newfound confidence in his abilities and his future. The farmhand chapter of Harland Sanders' life was one of growth and discovery. It was here, in the fields and barns of the Midwest, that the foundations of his future successes were laid. The values of hard work, perseverance, and dedication that had been instilled in him by his mother were reinforced. shaping him into a man ready to face the world, with determination and ambition. As Harland set out on the next leg of his journey, he looked back one last time at the farm that had been his home and school. He knew that the road ahead would be filled with challenges and uncertainties, but he also knew that the lessons he had learned would guide him through whatever lay ahead. With a dream in his heart, and a resolve as strong as the land he had worked, Harland Sanders stepped into the future, ready to embrace whatever adventures awaited him. In the life of Harland Sanders, the farm was more than just a place of employment. It was a chapter of growth, a forge for character, and a stepping stone towards his destiny. As the pages of his life story turned, the farm remained a cherished memory, a reminder of where he had come from and the journey he had embarked upon, a journey that would one day lead him to become an icon in the culinary world. Chapter 3. The Sailor Who Never Sailed. In a bold move that marked the beginning of an adventure, young Harland Sanders, driven by a desire for new experiences and perhaps a touch of youthful recklessness, made a decision that would steer his life into uncharted waters. With dreams larger than the fields he had worked and a spirit too vast for the small town he called home, Harland set his sights on a horizon far beyond the familiar landscapes of Indiana and the farm. He decided to join the army. But there was one problem: his age. Undeterred, Harland did what many bold spirits before him had done. He falsified his age. The year was 1906, and the world was a vast mosaic of opportunities and adventures waiting to be discovered. For Harland, the army was not just a chance to serve. It was a doorway to the world, a passage to the adventurers he craved. With his papers altered and his heart set on the journey ahead, Harland enlisted, stepping into the role of a sailor with a mixture of pride and excitement. However, life, as it often does, had a different plan for Harland. His military career, which he had envisioned as a grand adventure, was cut short. Just a few months after enlisting, Harland found himself standing outside the gates of the military base, discharged and sent back to civilian life. The dreams of sailing the high seas, of exploring distant lands, and of serving his country had vanished as quickly as they had appeared. But Harland Sanders was not one to dwell on disappointment. Instead, he saw his discharge as a new beginning, an unexpected turn in the road that led to a future yet to be written. The military had given him a taste of a world beyond his own, igniting a wanderlust that would drive him to explore, to learn, and to grow. Thus began the wandering years of Harland Sanders, years that would take him down paths he never imagined, through experiences that would shape the man he was to become. Without a clear direction, Harland embarked on a journey of discovery, taking jobs that ranged from the mundane to the peculiar. He worked as a streetcar conductor, a blacksmith's helper, a painter, and even a fireman, each job teaching him new skills, introducing him to new people, and showing him new facets of life. With every change in occupation, Harland adapted, learning not just the trades but the lessons of resilience, adaptability, and the value of hard work. Harland's wandering years were not without their challenges. He faced hardships and setbacks, moments of doubt and uncertainty. Yet it was these very experiences that forged his character, teaching him perseverance, tenacity, and the importance of chasing one's dreams, no matter the obstacles. Harland's journey was a testament to the idea that sometimes the most valuable lessons come not from reaching one's destination, but from the journey itself. As he moved from job to job, place to place, Harland's culinary skills, honed in his mother's kitchen and on the farm, remained a constant companion. Cooking became not just a means of sustenance, but a source of comfort and connection. Whether he was whipping up a simple meal for fellow workers or experimenting with flavors and techniques, Harland's love for cooking was a thread that wove through the tapestry of his life, binding the diverse experiences of his wandering years. These years of exploration and discovery were more than just a phase in Harland Sanders' life. They were a crucible that transformed him. With each new experience, Harland gathered stories, skills, and insights, collecting the pieces of what would eventually become the foundation of his future empire. The world, with its myriad cultures, tastes, and people, was his classroom, and he was its eager student, absorbing lessons that would one day inspire the creation of a culinary phenomenon. The sailor who never sailed had embarked on a different kind of voyage, a journey not across the oceans, but through the very heart of life itself. In the end, it was not the seas that Harland conquered, but the vast, uncharted territories of his own potential. The wandering years, with their ups and downs, their twists and turns, were a prelude to greatness. A series of chapters in the extraordinary story of a man who would become known not for the places he had sailed, but for the paths he had walked and the legacy he would leave behind. As Harland Sanders moved forward, each step took him closer to his destiny, a destiny that was not written in the stars but forged by his own hands, shaped by the lessons of his youth, the challenges of his wandering years, and the unyielding spirit of a man who believed in the power of dreams. And though he may have started his journey as a sailor who never sailed, Harland Sanders was charting a course that would lead him to become an icon, a symbol of perseverance, innovation, and the undeniable truth that it is not how we begin our journey that defines us, but... Chapter 4. The Railroad Man. After his brief stint in the military and his wandering years, Harland Sanders found himself drawn to the railways. It was a world of iron and steam, of long journeys and distant destinations, a place where the rhythm of life was dictated by the coming and going of trains. Harland, with his unquenchable thirst for new experiences and his ever-present desire to carve out a future for himself, saw the railways as an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to discover yet another facet of the world. As a railroad worker, Harland's days were filled with the hard, gritty work of maintaining and operating the trains. The work was demanding, requiring not just physical strength but a level of discipline and attention to detail that Harland had not encountered in his previous jobs. The railways were unforgiving, a place where mistakes could have serious consequences, and Harland quickly learned the importance of doing his job with the utmost care and precision. But it was not just the technical skills of railroading that Harland learned. The railways were a melting pot of people, a place where individuals from all walks of life came together, bound by their common work. Harland encountered fellow workers from diverse backgrounds, each with their own stories, dreams, and challenges. It was here, amidst the clatter of trains and the hustle of the rail yards, that Harland learned the value of understanding and respecting people's differences, of listening and learning from those around him. Working on the railways also taught Harland the importance of teamwork. He saw firsthand how each member of the railway crew depended on one another, how the smooth operation of the trains relied on the collective effort of all. Harland, with his natural leadership abilities and his knack for bringing people together, thrived in this environment. He became a respected member of the crew, known not just for his hard work and dedication, but for his ability to motivate and inspire those around him. The railways also offered Harland a glimpse into the wider world. As he worked on trains that travelled across the country, he saw places he had only dreamed of, met people from all corners of the nation, and experienced the vast diversity of the American landscape. These journeys fueled Harland's imagination and reinforced his belief that there was a place for him in this wide world, a role that he was meant to play. But life on the railways was not without its challenges. Harland faced long hours, tough conditions, and the constant danger that came with working on the trains. There were days when the work seemed endless, when the weight of his responsibilities felt too heavy to bear. Yet, it was during these difficult times that Harland's character was tested and strengthened. He learned the true meaning of perseverance, of pushing through the pain and fatigue to fulfill his duties, of never giving up no matter how hard the road ahead seemed. Harland's time on the railways was a period of growth and learning. He gained not just the skills of a railroad man, but the deeper lessons of life, lessons about hard work, discipline, and the value of human connection. The railways taught him about the power of a united effort, the importance of diversity and teamwork, and the strength that comes from facing challenges head-on. As Harland's journey on the railways came to an end, he took with him more than just memories of trains and tracks. He carried with him the lessons he had learned, lessons that would guide him as he continued on his path. The railways had been more than just a job. They had been a classroom, a place where Harland had learned about the world and about himself. With each new experience, Harland was building the foundation of the man he would become. The railways, with their lessons of discipline, teamwork, and perseverance, had been an essential part of that foundation. As Harland stepped off the train for the last time, he looked back, not with sadness, but with gratitude. The railways had given him much, but now it was time to move forward, to take the next step on his journey toward his destiny. The story of Harland Sanders, the railroad man, was a chapter of growth, a time when he learned the values that would define his life and his legacy. As he moved on from the railways, Harland carried with him the spirit of adventure, the lessons of hard work and discipline, and the belief that, no matter where life took him, he had the strength and the determination to succeed. The railways had been a stepping stone, a part of his journey, but the path ahead was his to chart, a path that would lead him to greatness, to a future where he would leave an indelible mark on the world. Chapter 5. The Lost Lawyer. In a turn of fate that seemed to draw from the depths of his ever-surprising life, Harland Sanders, once a farmhand and a railroad man, found himself drawn into the world of law. It was a chapter of his life that would reveal not just the breadth of his ambitions, but the strength of his convictions and the fire of his temperament. The story begins in a small town, where Harland, ever eager for new challenges, embarked on a journey to become a lawyer. With no formal education in law, he relied on his determination and self-taught knowledge, studying legal texts late into the night, his eyes straining under the dim light of a flickering candle. His mind, sharp and quick to grasp the complexities of legal statutes and case law, was fueled by a deep-seated desire to fight for justice, to be a voice for those who had none. Harland's entrance into the legal world was met with skepticism by some, who doubted the qualifications of a man with such a varied past. Yet he quickly proved himself to be a formidable advocate, his arguments delivered with a passion and eloquence that belied his lack of formal training. Harland's commitment to justice, his unwavering belief in the power of the law to right wrongs, earned him respect in the community and a growing list of clients. However, Harland's time in the courtroom was not without its challenges. His fiery temperament, which had served him well in debates and negotiations, also proved to be his Achilles' heel. Harland was a man of strong convictions, and he bristled at the injustices he saw, often clashing with opponents and authorities alike in his quest to set things right. The defining moment of Harland's legal career came during a particularly heated trial. The courtroom, packed with spectators and officials, was a tinderbox of tension, the air thick with anticipation. At the heart of the trial was a case of injustice that had ignited Harland's fury, a wrong he was determined to right. As the trial progressed, Harland's passionate advocacy turned into outright confrontation. Words flew like arrows, sharp and unyielding, as Harland challenged the opposing counsel, refusing to back down. The atmosphere was electric, the courtroom divided, as people waited to see who would emerge victorious in this battle of wills. But the climax came not with a verdict, but with a brawl. In a moment of heated exchange, tempers flared beyond control, and the courtroom descended into chaos. Harland, ever the fighter, found himself in the midst of the fray, his commitment to justice clashing with the realities of the legal system. The aftermath of the courtroom brawl was a turning point for Harland. He found himself disillusioned with the legal profession, his dreams of fighting injustice through the law shattered by the realization that the courtroom was as much a battlefield of egos as it was of right and wrong. The incident which led to his departure from the legal profession was a sobering reminder of the complexities of justice and the limitations of the law. Yet even as he stepped away from his brief career as a lawyer, Harland carried with him the lessons he had learned. His experience in the legal world had sharpened his sense of right and wrong, his understanding of the complexities of human nature, and his ability to navigate the tumultuous waters of conflict and resolution. The chapter of The Lost Lawyer was more than just an episode in Harland Sanders' colourful life. It was a testament to his unyielding spirit, his refusal to accept injustice, and his courage to stand up for his beliefs, even when it meant walking away from a path he had chosen. Harland's venture into law, with its highs and lows, its triumphs and setbacks, was a crucial step in his journey, shaping the man he would become. As Harland left the world of law behind, he stepped into the unknown, once again embracing the uncertainty and possibility that had marked his life. With each new chapter, he was building a legacy, not of titles or professions, but of character and conviction. The Lost Lawyer was not a tale of failure, but a story of resilience, a reminder that sometimes the greatest victories come not from the battles we win, but from the courage to fight for what we believe in, no matter the cost. Harland Sanders' life was a mosaic of experiences, each piece a chapter that added depth and colour to his story. From the fields of Indiana to the railroads, from the courtroom to the kitchen, Harland's journey was one of transformation, a testament to the power of determination, the importance of integrity, and the unending quest for justice. In the story of The Lost Lawyer, we find not just the portrait of a man who dared to dream, but a reflection of the enduring spirit that would one day make him a legend. Chapter 6. The Businessman Emerges. In the unfolding saga of Harland Sanders' extraordinary life, we turn the page to a chapter where the seeds of entrepreneurship begin to sprout. After leaving the world of law behind, Harland's indefatigable spirit and relentless pursuit of success led him down yet another path, this time into the world of business. It was a venture that would test his mettle, challenge his resolve, and ultimately reveal the unwavering entrepreneurial spirit that defined him. Harland's first foray into business was in the realm of insurance sales. With his characteristic zeal and a persuasive charm that had served him well in the courtroom, Harland set out to conquer the insurance world. He travelled from door to door, armed with nothing but a briefcase and a belief in the policies he sold. Harland's approach to selling insurance was much like his approach to life: direct, passionate, and fueled by a genuine desire to make a difference in the lives of those he met. Despite his enthusiasm, Harland's journey into insurance sales was fraught with challenges. The world of insurance was competitive and unforgiving, a realm where success was as elusive as it was coveted. Harland faced rejection after rejection, doors closed in his face, and the bitter taste of failure. Yet, with each setback, his resolve only strengthened. Harland's innate tenacity, his refusal to be defeated by adversity, became the cornerstone of his business endeavours. Undeterred by the obstacles he faced in insurance sales, Harland's entrepreneurial spirit led him to explore new opportunities. It was then that he turned his attention to a venture that was as unique as it was ambitious, operating a ferryboat service. The venture was a bold move, tapping into Harland's love for adventure and his innate ability to see potential where others saw none. Operating the ferryboat service required not just business acumen, but a deep understanding of the needs and desires of the community. Harland threw himself into the venture with his usual vigour, overseeing the operation with a keen eye for detail and a commitment to excellence. The ferryboat became more than just a means of transportation. Under Harland's stewardship, it became a symbol of reliability and service, a testament to his dedication to serving the community. Yet, as with his foray into insurance sales, Harland's venture into the ferryboat service was not without its trials. He faced logistical challenges, operational hurdles, and the ever-present spectre of financial risk. There were moments of doubt, times when the future of the venture seemed uncertain, and the weight of responsibility bore heavily on Harland's shoulders. But it was in the face of these challenges that Harland's true character shone through. With each obstacle, he adapted and learned, his entrepreneurial spirit undimmed by the setbacks he encountered. Harland's resilience, his ability to persevere in the face of failure, became the hallmark of his business ventures. He approached each day with an unshakable belief in his ability to succeed, driven by a deep-seated conviction that hard work, determination, and a positive attitude could overcome any challenge. The journey of the businessman emerges is a story of resilience, of a man undaunted by failure, who saw each setback as an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to move closer to his dreams. Harland's ventures in insurance sales and the ferryboat service were not just business endeavours. They were stepping stones on his path to success, experiences that honed his skills, shaped his vision, and strengthened his resolve. As this chapter of Harland Sanders' life story draws to a close, we are reminded of the power of persistence, the importance of resilience, and the unwavering spirit of entrepreneurship. Harland's journey from the courtroom to the world of business was a testament to his adaptability, his tenacity, and his enduring belief in the possibility of success against all odds. The Businessman Emerges is not just a chapter in the biography of a remarkable individual. It is a lesson in the virtues of perseverance, the value of hard work, and the indomitable spirit of the entrepreneur. As Harland Sanders continued on his journey, each experience, each venture, and each challenge brought him closer to the realization of his dreams. In the story of The Businessman Emerges, we see the early glimmers of the legendary figure Harland would become, a preview of the greatness that lay ahead, and a reminder that the path to success is paved with the lessons learned from failure. Chapter 7. The Gas Station Cook. In the heart of Corbin, Kentucky, a new chapter in Harland Sanders' extraordinary life began to unfold. After ventures that tested his spirit and resolve, Harland found himself at the helm of a service station. It was here, amidst the hum of passing cars and the rush of travellers, that Harland's journey took a pivotal turn, one that would forever change his destiny and leave an indelible mark on the culinary world. Harland's service station was more than just a place for weary travellers to refuel their cars. It became a haven where they could also rejuvenate their spirits with delicious, home-cooked meals. With no restaurant in sight, Harland saw an opportunity not just to serve but to connect with people through the universal language of food, drawing upon the skills honed in his mother's kitchen and the resilience forged through his myriad life experiences. Harland set out to transform his service station into a culinary destination. In the small kitchen of the service station, Harland began to cook for his customers. Armed with a frying pan and a modest stove, he prepared simple yet hearty meals, infusing each dish with the love and care that had been instilled in him from a young age. Harland's cooking quickly gained renown among travellers, who would stop not only for gas but for a taste of his delicious food. Word of mouth spread, and soon people were coming from far and wide, drawn by the allure of Harland's culinary creations. Harland's menu was a reflection of his own tastes and the culinary traditions of Kentucky. He served fried chicken, country ham, biscuits and gravy, dishes that spoke of comfort and home. But it was his fried chicken, cooked to golden perfection and bursting with flavour, that became the star of the show. Harland's secret recipe, a blend of herbs and spices that he meticulously perfected, set his fried chicken apart and laid the foundation for what would become a global phenomenon. As the popularity of Harland's cooking grew, so did the demand for his food. The service station, once a simple stop for fuel, transformed into a bustling eatery, with customers often waiting in line for a chance to savour Harland's dishes. Harland, ever the gracious host, welcomed each guest with a smile, sharing stories and laughter as he served up plate after plate of delicious food. But success did not come without its challenges. Harland faced the daunting task of balancing the demands of running a service station with his growing culinary enterprise. He worked tirelessly, often from dawn until well into the night, cooking, serving, and ensuring that every customer left satisfied. Through it all, Harland's dedication never wavered. His passion for cooking and his commitment to quality became the hallmarks of his service station eatery. In this humble setting, Harland Sanders, the gas station cook, began to build his legacy. His kitchen became a laboratory where he experimented with recipes, honed his skills, and perfected his craft. Harland's service station was more than a place to eat. It was a testament to his entrepreneurial spirit, his culinary prowess, and his unwavering belief in the power of good food to bring people together. The chapter of The Gas Station Cook is a story of transformation, of how a simple service station in Kentucky became the birthplace of a culinary empire. It is a tale of perseverance, of a man who refused to be defined by his circumstances and instead chose to redefine the landscape of American cuisine. Harland's journey from a struggling businessman to a celebrated cook is a reminder that greatness often begins in the most unexpected places. And that passion, when coupled with hard work and dedication, can conquer even the most insurmountable obstacles. As the sun set on Harland's service station, the lights in his kitchen continued to burn bright, a beacon for hungry travellers and a symbol of the culinary revolution that was just beginning to simmer. In the story of The Gas Station Cook, we see the early flickers of the flame that would ignite Harland Sanders' rise to fame, a flame that would grow into the blazing success of Kentucky Fried Chicken. This chapter, rich with the aroma of frying chicken and the warmth of shared meals, is a celebration of the humble beginnings from which greatness can emerge, a tribute to the man who, with a frying pan and a dream, started it all. Chapter 8. Birth of the Original Recipe. In the bustling kitchen of Harland Sanders's service station, a culinary revolution was brewing. Amidst the clatter of pots and pans and the golden glow of the stove, Harland embarked on a quest that would forever alter the course of his life and the tastes of millions around the world. This chapter, The Birth of the Original Recipe, is a tale of innovation, perseverance, and the pursuit of perfection. Harland's fried chicken, already beloved by many who passed through his service station, was good, but he believed it could be extraordinary. He envisioned a chicken that was not just tasty, but unforgettable, a dish that would leave people yearning for more the moment they finished their last bite. With this vision in mind, Harland set out to create the ultimate fried chicken recipe. The kitchen became his laboratory, where he mixed, measured, and experimented with an array of herbs and spices. Harland knew that the secret to exceptional flavor lay in the delicate balance of ingredients, each one carefully selected to complement the natural succulence of the chicken. Night after night, he toiled away, testing different combinations, adjusting proportions, and refining his technique. Harland's dedication to quality was unwavering. He insisted on using only the freshest ingredients, believing that great food began with great produce. Each piece of chicken was hand-selected, prepared with care, and cooked to perfection under his watchful eye. Harland's commitment to excellence extended beyond the ingredients. He developed a unique cooking method that sealed in the chicken's natural juices, ensuring every bite was moist, tender, and bursting with flavor. The breakthrough came after countless trials and adjustments. Harland discovered the perfect blend of 11 herbs and spices, a secret recipe that would become the cornerstone of his culinary fame. This magical concoction, when combined with his meticulous cooking process, produced fried chicken unlike any other. It was crispy on the outside, tender on the inside, and infused with a depth of flavor that was simply unparalleled. What of Harland's extraordinary fried chicken spread like wild fury? People travelled from near and far, drowned by the tantalizing aroma and the promise of a culinary experience unlike any they had ever known. The service station was no longer just a stop for gas. It was a destination, a place where food lovers gathered to witness the birth of a legend. Harland's original recipe, fried chicken, quickly became the hallmark of his burgeoning enterprise. Customers couldn't get enough, and Harland, with a twinkle in his eye and a smile on his face, served up his masterpiece with pride and joy. He knew he had created something special, something that resonated with people's love for hearty, delicious food. The birth of the original recipe is not just the story of how Harland Sanders created his famous fried chicken. It is a testament to the power of passion and perseverance. Harland's journey from a struggling service station owner to the creator of a dish that would captivate the taste buds of millions is a reminder that greatness often comes from the most humble beginnings. Harland's commitment to cooking quality food, his relentless pursuit of perfection, and his unwavering belief in his vision transformed a simple idea into a culinary masterpiece. The original recipe fried chicken was more than just a dish. It was a symbol of Harland's dedication to excellence, his love for cooking, and his desire to bring joy to people through food. As the chapter closes on the birth of the original recipe, we are left with a sense of awe at Harland Sanders's culinary achievement. His story is a celebration of innovation, a tribute to the art of cooking, and a testament to the enduring legacy of a man who, with a secret blend of 11 herbs and spices, changed the face of fast food forever. In the heart of Kentucky, in a small kitchen filled with dreams and determination, the original recipe was born, marking the beginning of an extraordinary journey that would lead Harland Sanders to become an icon of American cuisine. Chapter 9. The Cafe Owner. In the heart of the American South, during a time when the country was gripped by the challenges of the Great Depression, a beacon of hope and determination shone brightly in Corbin, Kentucky. This beacon was none other than Harland Sanders, whose journey from a humble service station cook to the proud owner of a full-fledged cafe is a tale of resilience, innovation, and unwavering spirit. As the word of Harland's culinary mastery spread far and wide, the demand for his delicious dishes grew beyond the confines of his modest service station. Recognizing the opportunity to share his passion for food with even more people, Harland made the bold decision to expand his business. He envisioned a place where families could come together, where weary travelers could find comfort, and where every meal was a celebration of flavor and community. With this vision in mind, Harland transformed his service station into a delightful cafe, marking the beginning of a new chapter in his extraordinary journey. The transformation was not without its challenges. The Great Depression loomed over the nation like a dark cloud, casting a shadow of uncertainty and hardship on the dreams of many. But Harland was not deterred. Armed with his secret recipe and a heart full of hope, he set about creating a warm and welcoming space where people could escape the worries of the world, if only for a meal. Harland's Café became a haven, its tables always full, its atmosphere buzzing with the sounds of laughter and conversation. The menu, centered around his, now famous-fried chicken, was a testament to Harland's commitment to quality and his innate understanding of what people craved. Each dish was prepared with care, served with a smile, and priced affordably, ensuring that everyone who stepped through the cafe's doors could enjoy a taste of Harland's culinary creations, regardless of their means. Despite the economic challenges of the era, Harland's Cafe flourished. His success was a beacon of hope in difficult times, a reminder that with hard work, creativity, and a bit of courage, it was possible to overcome even the most daunting obstacles. Harland's resilience in the face of adversity inspired his community, providing not just meals, but a sense of normalcy and joy amidst the hardships of the Depression. As the cafe's reputation grew, so did Harland's aspirations. He introduced innovative ideas to attract more customers, from offering a free meal to travelers who filled their gas at his station, to creating a home delivery service for those unable to visit the cafe. Harland's efforts were not merely about expanding his business. They were about serving his community, about bringing people together over good food and warm hospitality. The story of the cafe owner is a chapter in Harland Sanders' life that encapsulates the essence of the American dream. It is a story of transformation, not just of a service station into a cafe, but of a man who refused to be defined by his circumstances. Harland's journey through the Great Depression is a testament to his entrepreneurial spirit, his culinary genius, and his profound belief in the power of perseverance. In the face of economic despair, Harland's Cafe was a light in the darkness, a place where people could gather, share a meal, and forget their troubles, if only for a moment. It was here, in this modest cafe in Corbin, Kentucky, that the foundation of a global culinary empire was laid. Harland's dedication to his craft, his unwavering commitment to quality, and his innovative approach to business solidified his place in the hearts of his customers and paved the way for his future success. As we close the chapter on the cafe owner, we are left with a sense of admiration for Harland Sanders, a man whose journey from a simple cook to a beloved cafe owner is a powerful reminder of what can be achieved when passion meets persistence. In the midst of the Great Depression, Harland not only built a thriving business, but also created a legacy of hospitality, warmth, and culinary excellence that would endure for generations to come. Chapter 10. The Motel Manager. In a testament to Harland Sanders's indefatigable spirit and undying resolve, our story unfolds into a new chapter where he embarks on a venture into the motel industry. This chapter, The Motel Manager, is a tale woven with threads of ambition, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of success, even in the face of adversity. As the proud owner of a flourishing cafe, Harland's entrepreneurial spirit yearned for new horizons. He set his sights on the burgeoning motel industry, envisioning a place where weary travellers could find not just a meal that warmed their hearts, but a bed that soothed their souls. With a vision clear and a determination unwavering, Harland expanded his business to include a motel, thus beginning a new venture in the picturesque town of Corbin, Kentucky. The motel, much like his cafe, was a reflection of Harland's commitment to quality and service. Each room was meticulously arranged, ensuring comfort and convenience for every guest. Harland's reputation for hospitality soon extended to the motel, drawing travellers from far and wide, eager to experience the warmth and welcome that had become synonymous with his name. However, fate had a fiery trial in store. A devastating fire, fierce and unforgiving, swept through the motel, reducing it to ashes. The blaze was a cruel blow, threatening to engulf not just the building, but Harland's dreams and hard work. Yet, the fire that sought to destroy him only served to ignite a fiercer determination within. With a resilience that had become his hallmark, Harland set about rebuilding his business from the ashes. The task was daunting, the path fraught with challenges. The destruction had been near total, the financial strain severe, and the future uncertain. But Harland Sanders was no stranger to adversity. With each setback he had faced in his life, he had emerged stronger, and this time would be no different. The rebuilding of the motel was not just a physical endeavour, but a testament to Harland's perseverance. Brick by brick, room by room, he rebuilt the motel, infusing it with even greater care and attention to detail than before. Harland's resolve became a rallying cry for the community, inspiring others with his unwavering spirit and dedication. As the new motel rose from the ruins, it stood not merely as a building, but as a symbol of Harland's indomitable will. The motel reopened its doors, welcoming guests with even greater warmth and hospitality. Travellers, drawn by tales of Harland's resilience and the allure of his famous fried chicken, flocked to the motel, eager to be part of its rebirth. Harland's venture into the motel industry, marked by the triumph over the devastation of the fire, showcased his remarkable ability to turn adversity into opportunity. His story is a vivid reminder that perseverance in the face of hardship can lead to greater heights of success. The Motel Manager is a chapter that encapsulates the essence of Harland Sanders' journey, a journey characterized by bold ventures, unexpected challenges, and the relentless pursuit of dreams. It is a narrative that speaks to the heart of anyone who has faced defeat and dared to rise again. In this chapter of his life, Harland Sanders not only rebuilt his business, but also solidified his legacy as a symbol of resilience, hospitality, and excellence. The motel, once reduced to ashes, now stood as a beacon of hope and perseverance, attracting guests not just with the promise of comfort and cuisine, but with the story of a man who refused to be defined by his circumstances. As we turn the page on The Motel Manager, we carry forward the lessons of Harland's life, the power of resilience, the value of hard work, and the enduring spirit of entrepreneurship. Harland Sanders's journey from a humble cook to a successful motel manager is a testament to the belief that with determination and hard work, any obstacle can be overcome, any dream can be achieved. Chapter 11. The Colonel's Title. In a turn of events that seemed to weave the fabric of Harland Sanders' remarkable journey with threads of honour and distinction, our tale progresses to a momentous chapter. The Colonel's Title. It's a chapter that not only celebrates his culinary achievements but also marks his indelible contribution to the state of Kentucky, cementing his legacy as a figure of profound impact and respect. As the sun rose over the rolling hills of Kentucky, casting a golden glow over the land that Harland Sanders had called home for so many years, a new dawn was breaking in his life too. After years of dedication to perfecting his culinary craft, of overcoming adversities and rebuilding from the ashes, Harland's contributions to Kentucky's cuisine and its economy had not gone unnoticed. The governor of Kentucky, recognizing Harland's unwavering commitment and his role in promoting Kentucky's culture through his food, decided to bestow upon him an honor of significant prestige, the honorary title of Colonel. It was an accolade that paid homage to Harland's service, not on the battlefield, but in the kitchen and in the hearts of those he fed and inspired. The ceremony was a grand affair, a fitting tribute to a man whose life's work had transcended the bounds of a simple cafe and motel to become a part of Kentucky's heritage. Friends, family, and admirers gathered, the air buzzing with anticipation and respect, as the governor placed the title of Colonel upon Harland Sanders. It was a moment of profound acknowledgement, a recognition of Harland's journey from humble beginnings to becoming a culinary ambassador of the bluegrass state. With the title of Colonel, Harland Sanders stood taller, not just in stature but in spirit. The title was a testament to his resilience, a symbol of his journey from adversity to achievement. It was an affirmation that dedication, hard work, and a commitment to excellence could lead to the highest forms of recognition and respect. Colonel Sanders, as he was henceforth known, embraced his new title with the grace and humility that had characterized his entire journey. The title did not change him. Rather, it emboldened him to continue his work with even greater zeal. It inspired him to spread the gospel of Kentucky's cuisine far and wide, to share the warmth of his kitchen with every corner of the world. The Colonel's title brought with it a newfound sense of responsibility. Colonel Sanders saw it as his duty to uphold the traditions of Kentucky's culinary heritage, to ensure that every dish he served was a testament to the quality and hospitality for which the state was known. He became an ambassador of sorts, a living embodiment of Kentucky's rich culture and its delicious cuisine. As word of the Colonel's title spread, so too did the fame of his fried chicken. People from across the country and beyond were drawn to his establishments, eager to experience the culinary creations of the newly minted Colonel Sanders. His establishments became more than just places to eat. They were destinations, landmarks on the culinary map of America. The Colonel's title is a chapter that stands as a beacon of achievement in the saga of Harland Sanders. It's a story that speaks to the heart of the American dream, a narrative that underscores the belief that greatness can emerge from the most humble of origins. In this chapter, we are reminded of the power of recognition, of the impact that one individual can have on the cultural and economic fabric of a place. Colonel Sanders' journey from a simple cook to a celebrated figure of Kentucky's culinary scene is a testament to the idea that passion, when coupled with perseverance, can lead to extraordinary heights of success. As we close this chapter, we carry forward the legacy of Colonel Harland Sanders, a man whose life was a testament to the virtues of hard work, dedication, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. The Colonel's title is not just a chapter in the life of a remarkable individual. It is a chapter in the culinary history of Kentucky, a story of how one man's dream became a legacy that would endure for generations to come. Chapter 12. Franchise Beginnings. In the heart of Kentucky, amidst the backdrop of rolling hills and the spirited melodies of bluegrass music, a revolutionary idea was taking root. This idea, born from the culinary genius and entrepreneurial spirit of Colonel Harland Sanders, would transform the landscape of American fast food forever. This chapter, Franchise Beginnings, is a tale of vision, persistence, and the birth of a global phenomenon known as Kentucky Fried Chicken. With the title of Colonel and the success of his cafe and motel bolstering his confidence, Colonel Sanders gazed into the future with a bold ambition. His fried chicken, perfected over years of trial and error, had become the talk of the town, drawing crowds from far and wide. Yet, the Colonel dreamed bigger. He envisioned his fried chicken not just as a local treasure, but as a national delight. The Colonel's idea was simple yet groundbreaking, to franchise his fried chicken recipe, allowing other restaurants to serve his signature dish under the banner of Kentucky Fried Chicken. It was a concept that promised to spread the Colonel's culinary creations across the country, making his delicious chicken accessible to all. However, the path to realizing this dream was fraught with challenges. Convincing other restaurant owners to join him in this venture proved to be a daunting task. Many were skeptical of the Colonel's proposal, hesitant to embrace a concept that was, at the time, unproven and revolutionary. They questioned the viability of franchising, doubting whether the Colonel's success could be replicated on a broader scale. Undeterred by skepticism and rejection, Colonel Sanders pressed on. Armed with his unwavering conviction and a container of his secret recipe fried chicken, he embarked on a journey across America. He traveled from restaurant to restaurant, from small towns to bustling cities, pitching his idea to anyone willing to listen. The Colonel's pitch was as unique as his recipe. He offered to cook his fried chicken for restaurant owners, letting the irresistible aroma and mouth-watering flavor of his dish do the talking. One by one, as they tasted the Colonel's chicken, skeptics turned into believers. They saw the potential in the Colonel's proposal, recognizing the opportunity to be part of something truly special. The first Kentucky Fried Chicken outlet was a modest beginning, a single restaurant that agreed to take a chance on the Colonel's vision. It was a partnership based on trust and a shared commitment to quality. The Colonel provided his secret recipe and his expertise, while the restaurant agreed to uphold the high standards that were synonymous with his name. As word of the first Kentucky Fried Chicken outlet spread, so did the interest in the Colonel's franchising opportunity. Other restaurant owners, inspired by the initial success, began to join the Colonel's growing network. Each new outlet was a testament to the Colonel's perseverance, a brick in the foundation of what would become a global empire. The journey from the first Kentucky Fried Chicken outlet to a nationwide chain was not easy. It required not just the Colonel's culinary skills, but his business acumen, his ability to negotiate and to inspire others to share in his dream. There were setbacks and obstacles, moments of doubt and uncertainty, yet through it all, the Colonel's faith in his idea never wavered. Franchise Beginnings is a chapter that captures the essence of Colonel Sanders' entrepreneurial journey. It is a story of innovation, of transforming a beloved recipe into a business model that would revolutionize the fast food industry. It highlights the Colonel's ability to see beyond the challenges, to envision a future where his fried chicken could be enjoyed by people across America and eventually around the world. This chapter is a tribute to the Colonel's determination, to his refusal to take no for an answer, and to his unwavering belief in the power of good food to bring people together. It marks the beginning of a legacy that would extend far beyond the borders of Kentucky. A legacy built on the foundation of delicious fried chicken and the spirit of a man who dared to dream big. As we reflect on the franchise beginnings, we are reminded of the impact one individual can have on the world. Colonel Sanders' journey from a small cafe to the founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken is a testament to the power of perseverance, vision, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. It is a story that inspires, a reminder that no dream is too big, and that with hard work and determination, anything is possible. Chapter 13. Expansion and Success. In the vibrant tapestry of Colonel Harland Sanders's life, a chapter unfolds that is as dynamic and impactful as the man himself. Expansion and Success is a story of vision realized, of a dream that stretched across the vast landscapes of America, touching the lives of millions with the simple pleasure of good food. This chapter is a testament to the rapid growth of Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC, franchises across the United States, and the Colonel's unwavering commitment to quality and brand standards. As the dawn of the KFC franchise era began to break, the Colonel, with his distinctive white suit and spirited determination, embarked on a mission. It was a mission to spread the joy of his fried chicken far and wide, to make KFC a household name. The franchise model, once a mere seed of an idea, began to flourish, taking root in towns and cities across America. From the bustling streets of New York to the sun-kissed beaches of California, KFC outlets sprang up, each a beacon of the Colonel's culinary legacy. But with rapid expansion came the challenge of maintaining the high quality and standards that were the hallmark of the Colonel's fried chicken. It was a task that Colonel Sanders took on with gusto, demonstrating a hands-on approach that was as rare as it was commendable. Refusing to sit back and watch from afar, the Colonel travelled tirelessly from franchise to franchise, a guardian of the brand he had built from the ground up. Armed with his keen palate and an eye for detail, the Colonel inspected kitchens, sampled recipes and trained staff, ensuring that each KFC outlet was a true reflection of his values and vision. He was a mentor to many, sharing his wisdom and instilling in his franchisees a sense of pride and responsibility towards the brand. The Colonel's visits were not just about oversight. They were about connection, about building a family united by a shared passion for serving quality food. The Colonel's dedication to quality was unwavering. He knew that the success of KFC depended not just on expansion, but on the consistent excellence of the food served. His secret recipe of 11 herbs and spices became a symbol of this commitment, a promise to customers that, no matter where they were, they could expect the same delicious finger-licking good chicken that the Colonel was renowned for. As KFC franchises multiplied, so too did the Colonel's fame. He became not just the face of the brand, but an American icon, his image synonymous with quality fast food. Yet, despite the accolades and the success, the Colonel remained grounded, always mindful of the humble beginnings from which his empire had grown. He never lost sight of the importance of the customer, of the families who came to KFC for a meal, a moment of happiness. The expansion of KFC under the Colonel's watchful eye was a remarkable feat, a blend of entrepreneurial spirit and a commitment to culinary excellence. It was a period of growth that reshaped the fast food industry, setting new standards for quality and service. The Colonel's hands-on approach not only ensured the success of his franchise model, but also cemented his legacy as a pioneer who changed the way America ate. Expansion and Success is a chapter that celebrates the Colonel's achievements, highlighting the extraordinary journey of Kentucky Fried Chicken from a single roadside cafe to an international fast food giant. It is a story of ambition, of a relentless pursuit of perfection, and of a deep love for the simple joy of good food. As this chapter closes, we are left with a profound appreciation for Colonel Sanders's vision and dedication. His journey reminds us that success is not just about growth, but about maintaining the essence of what made you successful in the first place. The Colonel's story is a beacon for entrepreneurs and dreamers everywhere, a reminder that with hard work, commitment, and a pinch of secret herbs and spices, the possibilities are limitless. Chapter 14. Selling the Empire. In the unfolding saga of Colonel Harland Sanders, a pivotal chapter emerges that would test the resolve and legacy of the iconic figure behind Kentucky Fried Chicken. Selling the Empire is a narrative rich with emotion and introspection, marking a turning point in the Colonel's life and the future of the KFC brand. This chapter delves into the Colonel's decision to sell the Kentucky Fried Chicken Corporation, exploring the reasons behind this monumental choice and how he coped with the transition from being the face of the brand to watching it grow beyond his direct control. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the sprawling empire he had built, Colonel Sanders sat in the quietude of his office, pondering the future. The rapid expansion and overwhelming success of KFC had brought with it a host of challenges, ones that weighed heavily on the Colonel's shoulders. The brand he had nurtured from a single roadside cafe had grown into a global phenomenon, stretching far beyond the borders of Kentucky and, indeed, the United States. The decision to sell was not made lightly. Colonel Sanders, ever the custodian of his beloved recipe and the brand it had spawned, grappled with the implications of handing over the reins. His reasons were manifold: the desire to ensure the continued growth and success of KFC, to safeguard the quality and standards he held dear, and perhaps most poignantly, to secure the future of the employees and franchisees who had become like family. The sale of the Kentucky Fried Chicken Corporation was a watershed moment, one that saw the Colonel entrust his legacy to new hands. It was a decision that brought with it a complex mix of relief and regret, of pride in what had been achieved and apprehension about what was to come. The Colonel, who had poured his heart and soul into KFC, now faced the prospect of stepping back, of watching from the sidelines as his empire continued to grow. Dealing with no longer being in control was a challenge for the Colonel. Known for his hands-on approach and unwavering commitment to quality, the transition was a test of his ability to let go, to trust that the foundation he had laid would continue to support the brand he loved. It was a period of adjustment, of learning to accept that the empire he had built would evolve in ways he could not predict. Yet, even as he grappled with these changes, the Colonel remained a steadfast ambassador for KFC. He continued to make appearances, to engage with customers and employees, and to advocate for the quality and standards that had been the hallmark of his success. His presence, though no longer at the helm, remained a powerful force, a reminder of the values and vision that had made KFC a household name. Selling the empire is a chapter that reveals the depth of the Colonel's commitment to his work and the emotional complexity of letting go. It is a narrative that speaks to the heart of entrepreneurship, of building something from nothing and then having the courage to entrust it to others. This chapter is a testament to the Colonel's legacy, not just as the founder of KFC, but as a visionary who understood that the true measure of success is not in holding on, but in knowing when to let go. As the story of selling the empire unfolds, we are invited to reflect on the journey of Colonel Sanders, a journey marked by passion, perseverance, and the pursuit of excellence. It is a reminder that while empires can be built and sold, the legacy of a true visionary endures, influencing generations to come. In selling KFC, the Colonel did not diminish his impact. Rather, he ensured that the flavors and values he cherished would continue to delight and inspire the world. As this chapter, rich with drama and introspection, closes not with an ending, but with a new beginning, both for the Colonel and for Kentucky Fried Chicken. It is a narrative that celebrates the past, acknowledges the challenges of change, and looks to the future with hope and optimism. In the story of Colonel Harland Sanders, selling the empire stands as a poignant reminder of the power of legacy, the beauty of growth, and the enduring taste of success. Chapter 15, The Brand Ambassador. In the grand tapestry of Colonel Harland Sanders' life, a chapter unfolds that highlights his enduring legacy and undiminished passion for Kentucky Fried Chicken. The Brand Ambassador is a story of dedication, resilience, and the tireless pursuit of excellence. This chapter delves into the Colonel's role as the goodwill ambassador for KFC, his battles with the evolving dynamics of the company, and his unwavering commitment to the quality that had become synonymous with his name. After selling the empire he had built from the ground up, Colonel Sanders found himself in a new role, that of a brand ambassador. This position, while honorary, was imbued with the weight of his legacy. The Colonel, with his iconic white suit and spirited demeanor, became the living embodiment of KFC, traveling far and wide to promote the brand and connect with fans and franchisees alike. However, the transition was not without its challenges. The Colonel, who had always maintained strict control over the quality of his beloved fried chicken, struggled with the changes that came with the company's expansion under new ownership. He watched, sometimes with pride but often with concern, as KFC grew into a global giant, fearing that the rapid growth might compromise the culinary standards he had set. The Colonel's battles were not fought in the boardroom, but in the kitchens of KFC outlets across the world. He remained deeply involved in the operations, visiting restaurants unannounced, tasting the chicken, and offering his candid feedback. His critiques, though sometimes blunt, were driven by a genuine desire to uphold the quality and integrity of KFC's offerings. The Colonel's visits were a testament to his belief that the soul of the brand lay in the taste, quality, and consistency of the food. Despite the challenges, the Colonel's role as a brand ambassador was not defined by conflict, but by his love for KFC and its patrons. He reveled in meeting customers, sharing stories, and spreading the joy that came from a meal well made. His presence at promotional events, openings and gatherings was a bridge between the past and the future, a reminder of the humble beginnings from which KFC had risen. The Colonel's efforts to ensure the quality of KFC's food were relentless. He worked closely with chefs and franchisees, imparting his knowledge and reinforcing the importance of adhering to the original recipe and cooking methods. His passion for quality was infectious, inspiring a new generation of KFC employees and owners to carry forward the legacy of excellence he had established. The brand ambassador is a chapter that showcases the Colonel's complex relationship with the brand he had created. It is a narrative filled with moments of triumph and tribulation, a reflection of the Colonel's deep connection to KFC and his desire to see it thrive without losing its essence. This chapter is a tribute to the Colonel's enduring influence on the brand, highlighting how, even in the face of change, his spirit continued to guide KFC's journey. As we explore the brand ambassador, we are reminded of the power of passion and the impact of a singular vision. The Colonel's role as a brand ambassador was not just a title. It was a mission, a lifelong commitment to quality, and a love affair with the art of cooking. His story is a lesson in perseverance, a testament to the idea that true dedication to excellence transcends the confines of ownership and management. In this chapter of his extraordinary life, Colonel Sanders emerges not just as the founder of KFC, but as its guardian, a figure of inspiration who, even in the face of challenges, never wavered in his commitment to the brand and the customers he served. The brand ambassador is a narrative that celebrates the Colonel's legacy, his role in shaping the identity of KFC, and his tireless efforts to ensure that the world continued to enjoy the finger-licking good chicken he had introduced to it decades before. As the story of the brand ambassador closes, we are left with a profound sense of admiration for Colonel Harland Sanders, a man whose passion for quality, dedication to his craft, and love for his customers made him a legend in the culinary world and beyond. His journey as a brand ambassador is a powerful reminder of the enduring impact of genuine commitment and the timeless appeal of quality food made with care and love. Chapter 16. The Legacy Lives On. As the sun sets on the remarkable saga of Colonel Harland Sanders, a final chapter emerges, not as an end, but as a tribute to a legacy that transcends time and geography. The Legacy Lives On is a reflective journey through the indelible mark left by the Colonel on the fast food industry, his golden years, and the enduring influence he has on culinary entrepreneurs across the globe. Colonel Sanders' story is one of resilience, innovation, and an unwavering commitment to quality. From the humble beginnings of a roadside cafe to the global phenomenon of Kentucky Fried Chicken, the Colonel's journey is a testament to the power of a simple idea, executed with passion and precision. His impact on the fast food industry is immeasurable, introducing the concept of franchising in a way that would forever change the landscape of dining out. Sanders transformed fried chicken from a Sunday dinner staple into a worldwide culinary delight, making it accessible to millions and embedding it in the fabric of food culture. In his later years, the Colonel remained a familiar figure, his iconic white suit and spirited persona symbols of the brand he built. Though he faced challenges and changes within the company he founded, his dedication to his craft and his principles never wavered. Sanders spent his golden years traveling, promoting KFC, and ensuring that the quality and standards he set remained the guiding light for the brand. His commitment to culinary excellence and customer satisfaction continued to be the cornerstone of KFC, a legacy that he meticulously nurtured. The Colonel's influence extends far beyond the golden arches of KFC outlets. He inspired a generation of culinary entrepreneurs, sharing not just his secret recipe, but the ethos of hard work, perseverance, and the belief that it is never too late to start anew. Sanders' story is a beacon for those who dare to dream, a reminder that age is but a number and that true passion knows no bounds. His journey from a struggling entrepreneur to a global icon serves as a blueprint for success, emphasizing the importance of maintaining one's vision in the face of adversity. Today, the legacy of Colonel Harland Sanders lives on, not just in the secret blend of 11 herbs and spices that continue to tantalize taste buds around the world, but in the ethos of the brand he created. KFC stands as a monument to Sanders' vision, a brand that prioritizes quality, innovation, and the customer experience, principles that the Colonel championed throughout his life. As we reflect on The Legacy Lives On, we are reminded of the Colonel's enduring impact on the culinary world. His contributions to the fast food industry and his influence on generations of entrepreneurs are a testament to his visionary leadership and his timeless appeal. The Colonel's story is one of triumph over adversity, of the pursuit of excellence, and of the creation of a legacy that continues to inspire and influence. The Legacy Lives On is not just a chapter in the life of Colonel Sanders. It is a celebration of his enduring influence on the culinary landscape and on the lives of those he touched. It is a narrative that honors the spirit of a man whose passion for quality, dedication to his craft, and love for serving others made him a legend in his own time, and a figure of inspiration for generations to come. As the story of Colonel Harland Sanders draws to a close, we are left with a profound sense of admiration and respect for a man who changed the way the world eats chicken. His legacy lives on in every bite of KFC's delicious fried chicken, in every entrepreneur he inspired, and in the global brand that continues to thrive by staying true to the principles he held dear. Colonel Sanders' journey is a reminder that with conviction, courage, and a dash of secret herbs and spices, anything is possible. As our story comes to a close, we hope you've been inspired by the remarkable journey of perseverance, vision, and culinary excellence. This tale, brought to you by Woo English, is more than just a story. It's a beacon of inspiration for anyone who dares to dream big and work hard to make those dreams a reality. If this story has touched you, sparked your curiosity, or simply made your learning journey more enjoyable, we'd love to hear from you. Your likes and comments are not just appreciated. They're a vital part of our community, helping us to understand what stories resonate with you the most. For those eager to explore more stories like this, designed to enhance your English learning experience with clear and simple sentences, we invite you to visit wooenglish.com. Here you can download PDF versions of our stories, allowing you to learn and grow at your own pace. Remember, every comment, like and share helps us create content that supports your English learning journey. So don't hesitate to engage with us and become an active member of the Woo English community. Thank you for choosing to learn with us today. We look forward to bringing you more stories that educate, inspire, and entertain. Until next time, keep learning, keep dreaming, and keep reaching for your goals.